Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft with Red. In this episode we're going to do some cleanup. Let's go ahead and get started by creating some better barrels. We're going to need just a few of them. Let's say about 4. And while those cook up, we're also going to grab our dolly and start moving stuff around a bit. So looks like we moved our essence downstairs, which is fine. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Over here, we have our barrels for our arrows and our bones. We're going to go ahead and move these downstairs as well. And we're just going to come right down here to our AE2 room, just because it makes the most sense. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be the 8th barrel over here. So we're going to have to upgrade this channel to a dense, upgrade the table to a dense table, just so that we can handle more stuff on it. But that's fine. We can do that. It's not a big deal. So we'll just come over here and we will grab this barrel as well. Let's go ahead and grab the stuff out of here that we don't need either. And we will come back downstairs here and drop off this barrel over here. So there we go. Now we've got our barrels over here, and we are going to go ahead and start pulling up the floor a bit, just so that we have easier access to the table. And let us get some dense table running over here. There we go, grab just half stack of it or so. And we're not going to want our Yeta wrench right now. Yeta wrench is great, but the crescent hammer works better when you're working on Applied Energistics stuff. So we're just going to get turned around in our own hole. And we're going to pull all of this stuff up, like so. And then we're also going to have to probably run this cable down through here. Because, again, we can only put 8 channels. So we're also going to need a few more storage buses. So let's get those crafted. There's 1. Let's go ahead and make 4 more of them. And we're missing cobblestone? Really? How are we missing cobblestone? We have a ton of that stuff. So let's come up here and get some more cobblestone, I guess. Oh, we don't have cobblestone because yeah. Alright, alright. Herp-a-derp-a-derp-a-derp. We don't have cobblestone because it's down here in the barrel, and we just disconnected the storage units. That was absolutely brilliant there, Red. So let's run this dense cable down to here, and we will run it back over this way and hook it into the system there, just like that. Now we can get this smart cable and pop it on there. And give this a moment to reinitialize. There we go, running 6 out of 8 channels. Now we should be able to order up a few more storage buses. Get, like I said, about 4 of them. And there we go. That's that's a lot better. So let's go ahead and we're going to go start ripping up the floor here, just so that we can access underneath. We'll grab our storage buses and just pop them down like so. And then we've got our regular cable, and we will attach it like so. Now here again, we're going to partition this for what's in there, bi-directional, and we are going to set this priority up near the top. And actually, before we do that, we want to make sure that everything's out of our system, so let's go ahead and break that cable there. And let's see if there's any more essence. Yep, there's a little bit of essence in there. Good thing we double checked. What about arrows? No arrows. What about bone? Oh yeah, there's 226 bones. So there we go. Let's go ahead and pull all of this stuff out so we can get it into our barrels here. And that way we know we have nothing in the system, and it will all go into the storage here. We're also going to need a quartz fiber. There it is. And this is going to go right on the end there, because again, we need to keep these networks separated. And because if we look over here, we're already at 8 channels. If we were to let these connect right here, then that would be an issue, because it would be technically 9 channels and it would overload the system. Something would stop working, and we don't want that. We want everything to work properly. So there we go. Now if we take a look in here, we should see that we have a crap ton of bones. And we'll partition it. Take the priority up. And looks like I may have, oops, again. That's fine. Apparently the quartz fiber isn't going to do the trick, so we're going to need an anchor. If I can spell it. There we go, 1 cable anchor. So we'll use a cable anchor instead, just to make sure that they don't connect in any way, shape, or form. And that should solve that problem. So while it initializes, we're going to go ahead and partition these. Yep, everything's good there. Alright, cool. So now if we take a look, we should say, yep, 931 arrows. 931 arrows should have 1284 bones, 1284, and the essence. Yeah, we have 2502, 2602, and 2602. So there we go. And we've got our system up here all ready to go. But we also have a bunch of other junk that we are picking up. So let's come back over here. And we're also going to want another import bus. So let's grab one of those while we're thinking about it. There we go. There's an import bus getting cooked up for us. And we will jump back down here. Oh, down one more. There we go. So remember, we have this system going on over here, which is getting absolutely chocked full of stuff. Well, we're going to want... actually, you know what? That stuff's fine. That stuff can, you know, go into this system. All of this other stuff here, though, the bows, the armor, and stuff like that, we definitely want to void that out. We might try and come up with something for all of these potions. You know, these splash potions of regen and of healing, those are actually kind of a good thing. But the rest of it, not so much. We don't need that. So we have zombie brains that we need to find a spot for. The Thaumcraft zombie brains, we're not getting a whole heck of a lot of those, so those can just go into the system, not a big deal. Ender pearls, those can go into the system, not a big deal. You know, the main thing that we're really concerned about, I guess, at this point in time is, you know, this Manitio essence. Let's see here, brains. Yeah, we don't have any brains in our system here because that should be down in our Thaumcraft system. Let's go take a look real quick here and make sure that is the case. Ow. Taint poison. The heck gave me taint poison? Whatever. So if we check brain, oh yeah, we've got all of the brains down here on our Thaumcraft crafting terminal. So in theory, you know, we could do one of two things. We could go ahead and put an export bus and say, all right, any zombie brains, any Thaumcraft zombie brains, just export it into this system, either via chest or a export bus, and it should work with an interface. And then it would just get sucked up into this system here. That's a possibility, or we can just pull them out manually. I think right now we're just gonna worry about doing it manually, because we don't have a whole heck of a lot of brains in there. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. Hey, stop that. Thank you. There's quite a few in there, but not an absolute boatload. I mean, 3, almost 4 stacks. I'm not that worried about that. You know, it's these arrows and these bones and the gunpowder that are really going to be potentially the pain in the butt. Even this string could be a potential problem in the near future. So that's what we're primarily going to focus on. Now, if you remember, we do have this channel set up right here, and if we hop down into Ender Mini form, we should see that if we follow this all the way back over here, remember we set this up a couple of episodes ago, we should only be running a couple of channels on this. Yeah, 2 channels on this entire setup, and at least out to there. And over here, if we check, yeah, we're only running 4 channels total on this cable. So we can easily set up that import bus to follow this line here, or set it up off of this line rather. So that's exactly what we're going to do, is we are going to run an import bus off of this line here. And since all of this stuff is going to get fixed up anyway, we will just come right along here, run it right down the middle of the room here. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. Go away. Thank you. And so yeah, we will just come right down the center of the hallway here with this bus and cabling. Now let's do a little bit more cabling. There we go. About a half stack on top of the 5 should do. And do we have our import bus? We do not. Let's get our bus. And we will get one of these acceleration cards as well. So there we go. There's our import bus. And then we just run this all the way down here. We're not going to hook up that last wire just yet, because we want to make sure that we have everything out of here that we want to sort. That'll just make it easier for us when we, you know, start importing stuff into the system. So let's grab all of this junk here. There we go. We can make room for a couple more items if we just go ahead and put the acceleration card in there. Frees up a couple of spots. Alright, so everything else can go into the system. This stuff here is going to get deleted. This stuff we are going to put in different barrels. So we need a barrel for gunpowder and a gun barrel. Jeez. A barrel for gunpowder and a barrel for string. That's not going to be an issue. And everything else we have bones, we have arrows. Everything else, like I said, can go into the system at this point in time. It's not that big of a deal. There's not a whole heck of a lot in here. We'll have to figure out something to do with these potions, perhaps. But I think, as of right now, we should be okay. So let's go ahead and try to fly. Not having the best of times of it. We'll come back over here to our Applied Energistics area. Let's go ahead and get back into regular form. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. There we go. And now we just need the barrels that we had cooking up. 2 of them. One for our string, 1 for our gunpowder. So we will go ahead and place those right there. And then we have our 2 storage buses. Perfect. And we will place those right there and right there. So let's get our gunpowder here, our string there. Let's also check our system. Oh yeah, we have quite a bit of gunpowder in our system. So we will just start yanking it out. One more round should do it. There we go. So there's all of the gunpowder out. Now let's check on the string. And we have just a little bit of string in there. So there we go. Everything's cleared out of the system now. Now we can go ahead and hook this up and format these. We want that to hold string. We want that at 6,000. And gunpowder 6,000. Perfect. Now we can shift right click to lock these up so that it knows exactly where to put the stuff at all times. And we can go ahead and start closing up our hole that we made here. So we'll come right along here. Then we'll come along here. Just trying to make it look somewhat neat and tidy again. We'll probably make some facades at some point, just so that we can cover this up more neatly, so that, you know, it looks somewhat normal. However, the problem with the facades is that if you do that, it's not doing, they don't have connected textures, so where you can't tell where the blocks are here, it just looks like a solid floor. It's gonna have this outline around it if we put down a facade. It's kind of stinky. The only other thing that we might be able to do is if we make a ME conduit from Ender.io and put that down instead of the smart cable. If we were to do that, then we could put a cable facade, a conduit facade, over top of the conduit there, just that one piece of conduit, and that would connect the textures. That's something that we may play around with. Right now, that's an aesthetic thing, and I'm not too worried about the aesthetics. At this point in time, I just want to get this system up and running and get it cleaned out. So, do we know how to make trash cans? We do, but we have one anyway. We're also going to need a couple of export buses. So let's get about 6 of those. Not 9, 6. Okay, so we will wait for those. There they are. And then we have plenty of cable on us. Perfect. And we're going to need capacity cards. There's about 8 of them. Let's see if we can get about 4 more. Maybe. Yep, we can. Perfect. Cool. So now what we're going to do with this is we're going to find a nice comfy cozy spot for this. Probably... Let's see here. We've got that corner taken up. Let's come off of, say... I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we could even just pop it right off the center here. So let's go ahead and bring this over. Because we're also going to want to drop this down like so. And that's not going to give us any room. So, can we bring it along? No, we cannot do that because it will connect. Unless we get a couple of anchors and put across there, which wouldn't be the worst thing, so let's just do that. Get 2 cable anchors here. We'll pop a cable anchor there and 1 there. Okay, so let's get our cable now. And we can run this over to here without any problems. Let's go ahead and pull this cable up. Come on. you. Because what we're going to do here is we are going to run one table down here like so. Actually, no, we're not. I lied. We're going to go like so and like so. There we go. Because we're going to set the trash can right up in here, like that. And then we can come off of this side here, like that. Come off of this side, like that. And that's still going to connect there. So I guess what we can do is, yeah, it doesn't matter how we slice it, that's going to connect. So we will do it this way. I'll pull that one off. We'll just come around the side like that. Or we could come around to the other side, it doesn't really matter. But either way, there we go. We are only connected to one spot on the ME controller. Let's go ahead and start setting up our export buses. We are going to go one on each side, all 6 sides. That way we have a way to void stuff out. We're also going to need some fuzzy cards. So let's get those cooking up as well. Going to need 6 of them. There we go, 6 fuzzy cards. Okay, so now we can come in here and we can grab our capacity cards. Get them all sorted out. Like so. Because each one of these is going to get 2 capacity cards to fully unlock all of their potential so that they can export up to 9 items. Otherwise, they'll only export 1 or 4, I'm sorry, 5 rather, if you have 1 capacity card in there. And then, but we want the full 9. So let's go ahead and get these sorted out so that we can put our fuzzy cards in. This way it will say anything that matches this filter. It doesn't matter what the damage is. It doesn't look at MBT or NBT or metadata. Geez, cannot spit it out today. So there we go. And we'll just go ahead and start at this top one here. We are going to say you're going to export gold helmets, gold chest plates, gold leggings, gold boots, leather, and we'll finish putting the leather in there. And let's come around to the back side and we will say bows can go in there, and also chest plates. Then we're going to say match any. So anything that matches this will end up getting destroyed. So if we take a look in here, we should not have any chest pieces or anything like that. Nope. But if we pop that in there, boom, gone. It just got spit out and destroyed. So that is how we're going to take care of that issue. And anything that we start overflowing, especially like chest pieces and stuff like that, will end up going into that system there and getting destroyed. Perfect. So now let's head back down to our chest down here that we've got, our export, or not our export, but our storage, this thing. And we can go ahead and we can just toss all of this stuff back in there. And now we can connect this up like so. We've got our acceleration card in there. So as soon as this registers, Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on. You're taking your sweet time. There we go. Now it's seeing it. So there we go. It's starting to suck stuff in. We don't need it really much any faster than that. Just for the simple fact that, yeah, this was a fluke that it got this full. So we're not going to worry about it too much. And we will just let it go at that. Now, why did you put that there? That was stupid. Alright. So we will close this up. And guess what? Now we can go ahead and turn all of this back on. We can stop the override. And we can stop the override here as well. And there we go. This system will be back up and running. Yeah, this portable tank will probably get full of essence. We'll work on that in a later episode. But we've got all of the stuff here getting sucked up into the system. We're actually going to grab these creeper seeds because we're going to take those and, you know, put those seeds down in our other system as well. Just because we've got plenty of creeper seeds and stuff like that for our pneumatic craft, which, you know, hopefully we'll get into here pretty soon. But as of right now, we don't need these creeper seeds coming out into our system and bogging up our system. So if we come back over here and look, we can see, oh yeah, we've got more bones, we've got even more string. So this system here is working exactly how it's supposed to. We're not overrun on channels, and our system is running perfectly. That's exactly what we want to see. However, I am now starting to question whether or not I set up the wither spawner properly or not. Because I'm not sure that this is on. So I'm going to pop down here and take a look real quick. Come on. There we go. So let's come over here. And we will take a look at how we have this set up. Okay. We have emit when levels are above or equal to 1. We should not have any stalls in our system. If we can spell it correctly. We have 5 stalls in our system. Why do we have 5 stalls in our system? We should not have any stalls in our system. What is going on here? Because if we remember, that's what we've been working on these past few episodes, is getting this system automatic so that it will put all of the stalls out here. Yeah, see, this is nowhere near being full. And something just got sucked up by the vacuum hopper. That's fine. It's probably just squid randomly dying. So that's fine. But yeah, what is going on with our system out here? The only thing that I can think of is the tesseract is stuffed because our soul sand is full, which is not allowing the stalls to get pulled out and put into this drawer, which would make sense. However, that is something that we're going to have to troubleshoot in a later episode to figure out what's going on there and why it's not working properly. So, yeah, just one of those things. There's always something bound to go wrong. Anyway, guys, if you liked this episode, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me and the channel out immensely by you guys subscribing. Also, don't forget to hit that little bell icon, turn on those notifications. That way you guys can always be notified of the newest videos as they come out, and you never miss a single one. Don't forget, you can also check me over on facebook.com/IrishRedGaming, or you can send me a tweet at IrishRedGaming. And I put stuff in there that I didn't want to put in there. Come back here. Where did you go? There they are. Come here. Drop the warning signs in there. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate everything. And as always, I will definitely talk to you in the next video. See ya.